seem to have got distracted in the middle of putting away a knife. So that's a thing. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going shopping / thrifting, because I'm going to go to a secondhand shop as well, maybe a third shop. We'll see where it takes me. But I'm going with a particular vision in mind, and that vision is somewhere between Nancy Meyers and Nora Ephron. I want to create that like cozy, almost cottagecore, classic American feel in a particular, I mean, in my entire house, but in a particular area of my house that I've been like edging this space towards that vision for a long time. And I feel like I'm really, really close. And I'm going to get some like finishing touches. I'll never be finished, but some finishing touches to really make this space feel the way I want it to for the next season. I think summer, especially because the garden is so beautiful, I've really worked hard on the garden. The aspect that I'm going to have from this space is the garden, it's the swing, it's everything that I've ever wanted. And then obviously transition into the autumn time where all of my vision inspo pictures will really come to life. So yeah, we're going to go to B&M. We're going to go to the charity shop that is enormous near here, and maybe the Range. We'll see. I wanted to start off in the charity shop, but it didn't open till 9, and B&M, it feels like it's open 24 hours a day. So I just am like running you down some garden stuff right now, because coastal grandmother kind of vibes with garden stuff in B&M. I also had my eye on many a container, because that is very much in keeping with the theme. In fact, maybe we should do a little bit of an inspo shot as we go, so that I can kind of show you what the vibe is that I'm going for those of you who are completely out of the loop but have still somehow stumbled upon this video. I don't know. Really was an effort not to buy any more mugs, but I have more mugs that I can store. And cushions. Cushions are a weakness of mine. We have so many cushions. My husband laments at how many cushions we have, but I really wanted some more neutral. Neutral is like, it should be a dirty word, honestly. I have avoided colour at all costs, but I wanted more neutral cushions, and I also wanted another throw. I ended up getting one of these thermal throws, which honestly I don't love it. It's fine underneath other throws, but it doesn't actually look cute. It was just cheap. And wooden chopping boards. So I use these to serve, to actually use as chopping boards, but mostly as decor. Oh, butter dish. So I bought a butter dish from in here. I thought I bought it from Poundland. Unless I did. Oh, this is Poundland. I think we moved over to Poundland. Have we? Maybe we did. Also wicker stuff. I was looking for a wicker tray, which I ended up finding in a charity shop, but I was considering getting some other bits of wicker. This was the smaller of the two charity shops, and it's kind of become a bit of a bric-a-brac type place. They sell a lot of new things, which is like overstock. They've kind of ruined it for me, to be honest. I did buy a lamp from in here that was new, one of these grey lamps I ended up picking up. But I don't love this charity shop very much anymore, because it kind of just feels like kind of a car boot sale. Although look at that. We're going to get into bookcases in the next charity shop, but the bookcase in the back, I love this bookcase. I have actually been eyeing one up. I think it's like £180. It might have been slightly cheaper, but I've been eyeing up a bookcase that fits in with the other furniture in my dining room, and it's very, very similar to that one. So that was kind of a temptation until I got to the bigger of the two charity shops, and look at these. Full on like Welsh dressers. Look at the price, £115. It gets better. £65. If I had had enough space in my car and had been able to carry some of this stuff, look how cheap this furniture is. I'll link or describe where this place is in the description. £25. £25 for a plant. And this bookcase, oh, I loved it so much. £145. I can't fit it in my car. I think at some point I may go back and get something from here, because it would really fit perfectly in the space. And I could not get over the prices of the furniture. They didn't have as many like knickknacks. Most of the little bits I bought from the other one, but if you are looking for furniture. Also books. All books were 45p. I'm going to go back and look through the books properly, because there were a couple that I thought, maybe this would work. They've also got records, DVDs, CDs, tapes. Imagine. But if you're looking for kind of like coffee table books, Then I ended up in Asda. They had a lot of sale stuff that would work, you know, like garden pots and things that were half price. I ended up finding some herb planters. Look at these, £6 from 12. They, I thought, fit perfectly with the colours of the room. And I did want some little pots for herb planters. Also, these I've been eyeing up forever. And they totally go with, not the pink, but the white or the green, or even the blue. They do a yellow as well. Also, I love the greens in this section, although everything felt a little bit expensive, honestly. I did end up finding from Asda one of the things on my list, which was a hand soap dispenser. I was looking through all of this thinking, oh, maybe I like the daisy one, I liked the green, the blue, but I think I ended up picking this one up from the Stacey Solomon collection, mostly because it was on sale. I do like the green, but I think the one I picked up is a little bit more kind of traditional. I might have lost my mind a little bit somewhere along the way. This is a lot of stuff. So I ended up going to, what did I go to? B&M, Poundland, 2 different charity shops, one of which was much smaller, but I found a lot more stuff, and Asda. I was planning on going to 2 B&Ms, which seems excessive, but with all these things, I didn't have a pound coin, and every single one of them had a trolley that needed a pound coin. So I could I was limited to whatever I could fit in a basket. But I did that like 4 times, and then I had to carry all of this stuff from the car, which, if you knew, is parked a million miles away. So what I'm going to do now is a bit of a tidy around. I've still got stuff that I need to put away from holiday, recycling and rubbish to deal with. I'll deal with that first. Let's start this little haul with what I purchased from the secondhand shop. First of all, this. I saw it and I thought it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't at the same time. I don't love this. Don't love the kind of greenish, and I don't love this in the middle of, I would rather it all be blue and white patterned, but you know, we can't have everything. It was £1. I don't dislike it like this, but at some point I may paint this. This may be a DIY. We'll see. Again, it was £1. £1. Any kind of vase like this, minimum £6, even if I'm going to like B&M or whatever, it's going to be a minimum of £6 for a vase that size. So I thought that was a good deal, even if it ends up being DIY'd in the future. Wicker basket, wicker tray situation, that was on my list of things that I wanted to purchase. I found this for £1, something that wasn't on my list, but I do kind of collect these. This is a cocktail shaker, obvs. You guessed it, £1. £1. I'm actually considering, you will have seen, the kind of look around all of those gorgeous cabinets. I'm kind of considering a bookshelf over there. I would really like to do that next to the TV. We've got like a plug situation I've always hated since we moved in. It's a weird placement. In this house, because it was a new build, they kind of placed the plugs for the TVs in such a way that the idea was, of course, that you didn't need to kind of put the trunking up and it hid all of the wires. But the placement of the TV was so strange that the TV has ended up being hung on the wall so far away from where the plugs were built, because otherwise you couldn't see it from in the kitchen. It was weird. And so now I've got kind of trunking and just plugs in the middle of the wall. So at the moment, what I've done is I've put this kind of, it's like a pin board, but it's just a big piece of canvas, really. It was the only way that I mean, I've been trying literally since we moved in to try and cover up that space. And I'm thinking what might do it is a nice bookshelf. In an ideal world, I'd have 4 built-ins around the TV. That would be amazing. But realistically, a nice bookshelf or a little kind of Welsh dresser situation, and maybe a little bar area could be created from that. I realise we've got the outside bar, but we make, you know, drinks for ourselves. We tend to make inside. We kind of only go out there when we're entertaining or in the summertime. So it would be kind of nice. And maybe a little bar station would be cute. Even like a drink station. We could even put the coffee machine and stuff over there, just in terms of like separating things out a little bit. This, very exciting. This is a jewellery box, obviously. Obviously, it needs a bit of a clean. Also, I don't know what this is. Styled by Meal, M-E-L-E. I'll have to Google that. But this really reminded me of stuff my grandparents had. The design of this was really, really familiar. I don't know if it kind of looks like veneer. I don't know if it's solid wood, but I just purchased a whatever this is called, a jewellery box for, I think £6 from Poundland a couple of weeks ago. I finally bit the bullet. I've wanted one for ages, like a nice box that I could have in the bedroom to kind of just like have some of my things that I rotate out most frequently. Finally bought one from Poundland. That was £6. This was £3. £3. And honestly, it was just because from a distance I thought, oh, I'd quite like another little box, like another, I like to stack boxes. I like layering things. I thought that would be quite cute. And then when I opened it, it's like jackpot, amazing, can't believe it. I wanted a lamp. I got this lamp. It's not like vintage or anything. It is brand new though, it says. New, £4.95. That'll do it. This is exactly what I was looking for. Plus, again, I could paint the base if I really wanted to, but I don't. I think this kind of works quite well. There was a second one, but it didn't have a lampshade, so I didn't buy it. This is very on brand for what I was looking for. I thought hanging this in the kitchen and having some like spice on it would be super cute, but I don't know yet entirely what I'm going to do with this. I just thought, yes, 100%, £3, absolutely. I got this little wax melter. This was £1. If you don't know, I have a candle and wax melt business that I share with my friend Karen, and I just thought this was super cute to have kind of like in the corner of a room. It's just a real small one. I just liked it. I thought it was cute. And I think the last thing, is there anything else that I haven't shown you? No. I think the last thing is this. I'm seeing my friend Kaz later, and she loves, oh, this is designed, oh, it's Oliver Bonas. Oh my God, doesn't this look like something that your grandma would have had in her house, right? Okay, so I bought this for my friend who loves peacocks. There are peacocks where she lives, and they'll just randomly appear in the garden sometimes. This is Oliver Bonas, and I paid £1 for it. So how amazing. I don't know how much that would have been. Definitely more than £1. And people will have just walked by this thinking it was really old-fashioned. And actually, it's not old-fashioned at all, super modern. I just Googled it. It was £10, and it's actually a ring holder. So you can put your rings on like the head of the peacock, and then obviously you can put things in there as well. But find. It also looks like this is a Japanese brand called, I don't know, Miele or Mele, M-E-L-E. And there's loads and loads of different styles, but similar sizes to this are going for upwards of £50 on Etsy. So if that's not a reason to go and have a look in charity shops, I don't know what is. I've just decided there's just so much other stuff that I'm going to film a separate haul of like the stuff that I bought from Poundland, B&M, Asda, as like a big homeware haul, because otherwise this video is just going to be incredibly long, and I want to show you how I style the stuff in the space. So you're going to see it anyway. You don't have to watch that video if you're not interested, but I figure splitting it up, it just makes sense. I don't know at what point I stopped filming, but I did, and I'm pretty much done for now. So let me just, first of all, let me show you. I seem to have got distracted in the middle of putting away a knife. So that's a thing that happened while I wasn't filming. I've kind of like staged the items that I purchased, so I can show you that. This is my favourite area. This is my homage to Nancy and Nora, very much so. Like, I think they'd be proud. I think they would. Fresh flowers, which will only look better in days. This turned out to be the world's smallest cake stand. This is like a half-sized cake stand. I could get 3 muffins on it maximum. So maybe a slice of cake? I don't know, but it kind of does the job. It's cute. Lemons in a bowl. It's like it's complicated. This I purchased from Poundland. I think it was £4. It is a butter dish with no butter, but I don't really do butter apart from with cooking. And my whole family get frustrated with me keeping it in the fridge because they like it to be spreadable. So also useful, but mostly for aesthetics. Okay, I will put that away now. That lamp that's there, I don't think that lamp's going to stay there. I think it's going to be moved, but I've put it there for now. Then I moved all these things, so I've got kind of like a coffee making or a drinks making station. Most of the reason for that is the air fryer is ugly, and so it's been relegated to the corner. And then the other corner, I've got the other appliances that I don't like to see, but these are pretty, so these get to be front and center. You might be wondering why the haphazard collection of boards behind. We have so many outlets in this kitchen. So I mean, there's some there. There's an enormous one here with a big red button, and I just like to put them there to like hide them. This one maybe is too much. Maybe if I put that like in there, that would look better. That looks better, doesn't it? But yeah, that's why I put the boards there. They're actually useful. I use them for chopping, I use them for serving, but I also use them for hiding things on the wall. This, how cute is this? I think I'm gonna hang it on the wall, but for now, it's gonna live there. I cleaned it up and it's still wet, so I don't wanna hang it on the wall because it might mark the wall if like it seemed like, I don't know if it was dirt or like, what do I mean, stain from this wicker was coming out onto the towel that it was drying on. So I don't want to put it on like a pale grey wall. But that's that situation. This I've done nothing with. But having my wooden spoons in this, it's kind of Nancy Meyers. It's kind of Nancy Meyers. I don't think she'd approve of this utensil, to be honest, but needs must, Nancy. Needs must. Oh, I am so happy with this little area of the kitchen. How cute. So moving on, these are some new towels, and the reason I got new towels is I'm constantly ruining them with candle making. So this is really the magic. This is the area that Manny's modelling for us right now that I really want to spend more time in. When we originally got the rest of the house to ourselves, if you don't know, my parents used to live with us, and when we bought them out, we had all of the space. This used to be their living area, and then Manny's really like, yes, what is it? So we have a dining table there, and I had the dining table here, loved the placement, had this hung, it was long, loved it. For like 2 years, absolutely loved it. And my favourite aspect in the house was sitting at the dining table, looking out into the garden, especially from this outlook. I was like sitting here, looking out, I could see like the shed, could see the beautiful swing, all of my wildest dreams. Also, I'm going to move this because it's really not, sorry Milo, it's really not like, it's not working with the motif, is it? So that was my like favourite aspect, sitting at the table and looking out here. And now I can sit at the sofa and look out here, and Manny can sit in front. This is Manny's favourite chair. Since I moved things around, he's been so happy because he's got a chair by a window. He can see the back door and the front door from that chair. Very pleased, aren't you? Also, something that I did a little while ago, mostly to hide how terrible my wallpaper job was this. And this is very in keeping with the theme. So these are actually, I think they're spice racks. Anyway, I put them on the wall and stained them. Well, stain them and then put them on the wall. Smarter. And I kind of thought this added texture, but it also was useful because it was a place to store the placemats. Plus, it wasn't doing anything in terms of like messing with the door because we already had a radiator there anyway. Originally, this was one big room. And when my parents lived here, we had this dividing wall and these like bifold doors put in. So we can separate this off, but I feel like in the spring, summer, I really like to have them open. So we do still have the table and chairs. We actually had Christmas dinner here. So this is still plenty of space to have lots of people around, and we can still put the leaves in and have like probably 12 people. So it's still a good enough space, and it means that this area gets a lot more love because when there was a sofa here, nobody ever sat in it. It was very dark, like you kind of had to go out of your way to want to sit there. This feels a lot more inviting. I would sit here in the morning and have my coffee as I did today, and I just love it. I have put covers on everything, and I'm I'm feeling that, but you know, this is a nice blue sofa. I don't know. I was just kind of feeling it today. Also, this is too many cushions. Everything's a bit too much. It's a little bit too much maximalist, but it's a work in progress. Do you want an extra cushion? I'll put it there for you. See how you feel about it. Oh, I also put a new picture in a frame. These were my wedding flowers from our Vegas vow renewal, which I decided to put in here. They were elsewhere and it didn't make sense. And then I've just got like a lot of stuff. This is like boxes of things for the candle making, things that I need, but I have nowhere else to store. And in case you were wondering, that's where all of that resides. And we close the door. So I feel pretty good about it. This I actually bought. I don't know if I bought it. It might have been free, you know. If I paid for it, it was like £10. And it is like an Oak Furnitureland TV console. I bought it for as a side table in the living room because we have a really long living room. And the person who sold it so cheap because she'd kind of DIY'd it. She painted it, all the bottom part, and she'd put these new handles on. And I bought it thinking, well, I'll probably do it up. And I never did. And now I'm thinking I might paint that the same colour as the kitchen cabinets just to kind of like tie it in. Although I don't hate it black, you know. I don't hate it black. That suitcase has got a uniform in it that my dad gave me that was my granddad's in the Navy. And then this, did I mention this in this video, is the beginning of our little drink station. Because I had this stuff hanging around. I also obviously bought that tray today, so I thought this is cute. I'm probably not going to leave the jewellery box in here. That's probably not going to stay. But I put it there for now. And then just walking through the kitchen, seeing my lemons and my cupcakes, my beautiful spice rack. It's just everything I've ever wanted, honestly. Everything. I mean, this. It's very light and bright. When we first bought this house, what sold it to me was the light. But all the light is in this room. There's no light really in the living room. And I think we've all got a little bit of seasonal affective, haven't we? We've all got, you know, there are varying degrees, but I'm not an outdoor person. I'm not a hot weather person, but sunshine. Seeing the sun, seeing the light, it has an effect. It really does. And I wanted to be able to spend more time in here. What I am considering is bringing down my work stuff. If not my work stuff, at least like my iMac so I can do my personal work from down here rather than be kind of like holed up in the office all the time. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. My friend's actually coming round for a catch up imminently. I so almost forgot to show you my herbs. Essential herbs. Basil and rosemary. How cute are these? These were £6 each. I think they were half price from Asda. And I just thought they went so well. Kathleen Kelly. What is she called in It's Complicated? Either way, they would definitely have herbs in the kitchen. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're interested, I will do a follow-up when I add some more things. Or maybe we could do something in another room. I don't know. This was fun. This was a fun little project. So let me know and I'll see you guys in the next one.